Good morning and welcome to another edition of Let It Be Known. This Sunday, don't forget to check out the Salute Them Awards on the Black News Channel. And we'll be talking with the producer of the Salute Them Awards, Sheila Eldridge, and author, choreographer, Jamal Josef, who will receive a special award on Sunday. But first, let us bring on our president and CEO, Dr. Ben Chavis. Good morning, Dr. Chavis.
Good morning, Stacy. On behalf of the National Newspaper Publishers Association, the Black Press of America, celebrating 194 years of the Black Press this year, as we prepare for our national convention on the 23rd of this month, and on behalf of Karen Carter Richards, our chair, and all of our executive committee and members of our board of directors, we welcome everybody to this edition of Let It Be Known.
And Dr. Chavis, in the headlines this morning, on May 13th, Medea Owens, a 17-year-old from Seaville, Tennessee, went missing. Medea is 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 213 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information about Medea should call the Seaville Police Department at 1-865-453-5506. And also 16-year-old Sean Kennedy was last seen in Rancho Cordova, California. He is also missing. He's 5 feet 10. He weighs 160 pounds and has black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information on him and all of them, call 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-THE-LOST for all these missing children. Kalisha Johnson disappeared from her home in October in Quincy, Illinois. She has brown hair, brown eyes, and she stands 5 foot 3 inches tall and weighs about 110 pounds. Again, call 1-800-THE-LOST. These 3 children represent a tiny fraction of the more than 425 missing children in America. 40% of those are black.
As you said,
425,000 missing children. 40% of them, Dr. Chavis, who are black. The National Newspaper Publishers Association, the Black Press of America, will continue its series highlighting these missing African-American girls and boys who have disappeared. Throughout the series, which began in 2019, a common theme emerged. Black children who go missing receive far less media coverage and police priority than their white peers. So we are on the case, as you know, Dr. Chavis, at your direction. We have been putting a voice to this, putting faces to these missing children.
Absolutely, and I'm so proud of the Black Press of America. All of our newspapers, 230 African-American owned newspapers and media companies across the country, continue to highlight over 400,000 African-American children missing. And it doesn't seem to be, it's become normal. You know, there's no outrage, there's no national alarm, except those of us in the Black press. We're going to continue to raise this issue until all of our children are found.
Absolutely. And again, any information on any of these missing children, 1-800-THE-LOST, THELOST. Please call that number. Dr. Chavis, Edward Martell, he was dressed the other day in a dark purple suit and a bow tie. He stood in front of Judge Bruce Merrill in the court in Michigan. With one hand raised, the new lawyer was sworn in to the State Bar of Michigan. What makes this so interesting? Well, 16 years earlier, Edward Martell stood in front of Judge Bruce Merrill facing serious felony charges, including selling and manufacturing crack cocaine. After being caught in a drug sting, the then 27-year-old had gone into court prepared to hear the worst, possibly 20 years or so in prison. Well, instead, Judge Morrow gave him 3 years probation and gave him some words of encouragement that changed his life. After returning to the courtroom and shadowing Morrow, the judge, Martell went to law school, and now, Dr. Chavis, because of this judge's compassion, this African-American judge, he is now a lawyer.
That's a great story of redemption. And that's a great story that shows you that we need a system. It shows you that if we have African Americans in the right place at the right time, it does make a critical difference.
Yeah, and Dr. Chavis, one of the world's most gifted and celebrated musicians with a rich musical history and 10-time Grammy winner who has influenced generations of recording artists. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan, Dr. Chavis, let me let you make the announcement.
We're honored to let everybody know that at this year's virtual NNPA Annual National Convention, the 2021 Annual National Convention is going to be virtual, 23rd of this month through the 26th. And on the 25th of June, we're going to honor and salute Shaka Khan. And the good news is she's going to perform for the Black Press of America. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan.
Absolutely. It's going to be a virtual concert for the ages, specifically and exclusively at the NNPA's annual national convention. You can register at www.virtualnnpa2021.com. It's totally free. So you get to see Shaka Khan in concert free of charge. This is a special performance. Dr. Chavis, we are thrilled to announce the icon Shaka Khan will be with us at the virtual convention, which again, you can register for free at www.virtualnnpa2021.com. Outstanding job to you, our executive administrator, Claudette Perry, and the whole team, Dr. Chavis, for bringing in such a legend.
Well, thank you. And we appreciate the support of Karen Carter Richards and all of the members of our Zeta committee that, obviously have to approve these planning for our convention. And so we have a great team. And the fact that we now have Shaka Khan, I want to thank you also, Stacy, for helping us to get in touch initially with Shaka Khan's management. Yeah, she was thrilled to find out that we're going to honor her. Shaka Khan will be receiving one of the NNPA's highest awards this year, 2021 Legacy Award, for her outstanding contribution, not only on the stage, but most people, I don't know if you know that Shaka Khan has been a strong supporter of the civil rights movement, yes, voting rights. She's a real freedom fighter off the stage, as well as her brilliance and her genius on the stage.
Yeah, and Dr. Chavis, I'm glad you mentioned that, because she remains a staunch supporter of the civil rights movement. When we say civil rights movement, people think we're talking about the 60s when you started, but it's still a movement, as we all know, that's going on today. She also has the rare ability to sing in 7 music genres, including pop, rock, R&B, country, classical, world music, and of course, gospel. So we're looking forward to Shaka Khan's appearance. And this Sunday, we're looking forward to the Black News Channel, Dr. Chavis. Earth, Wind, and Fire will be honored. So will Patrice Rushen. So will Ludacris. And so will our next guest, Jamal Josef, a celebrity choreographer and author. He will receive the Champion for Children Award at the Salute Them Awards. And along with Jamal this morning, we welcome Sheila Eldridge, who is the executive producer and creator of the Salute Them Awards. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining the Black Press of America. And Jamal, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Well, and Sheila, tell us, this is your baby. Tell us a little bit about the Salute Them Awards.
Well, first of all, let me just thank you to the Black Press, Black newspapers. I'm a baby of the Black newspapers, and for the last, 50 years plus, thank you for the storytelling and the work that you do. And that's really what the Saluting Our Culture Award series is about. This is a part of a series. In March, we honored women. In June, we're honoring, of course, music creators. And then in September, we're honoring political figures and people who are making a difference, everyone who's making a difference in our culture. But it's all about telling our stories. So just thank you for the storytelling that you all do and making sure that no one story goes untold, And by the way, in 2019, we honored Denise Rolock Barnes as one of our honorees. So we are very proud of that. So on Sunday night, it'll be the first night that we've gone to broadcast, and we partner with BNC, and we found Sly Stone. For those of you who remember Sly,
yes, indeed,
able to go and find Sly Stone, and it's a moment. So, and then of course we have Billy Woodruff, who's a director. We have Dr. Bobby Jones. I mean, we're representing all facets of music and people behind the music that about the business of what we see. As well as Darlene Love. You know Darlene Love, who's an amazing background singer who finally was able to come to the forefront. And then Patrice Rushing, like we said. So we're just really excited that we have this opportunity to tell stories and bring a lot of our celebrities and a lot of the people that are making a difference in the community and their fields to the forefront and give them their flowers now. We as a people have to celebrate our culture, especially with everything that we've been through and go through. We've got to celebrate one another to inspire others. And that's really the what the Saluting Our Culture Awards is about.
Yeah.
But thank you, Sheila. And listen, we salute you. Saluting our culture awards is so important. And just want to let you know that the NMPA, we were at the launch of the Black News Channel. We do a lot of work with them. Our websites are co-linked. And certainly the program on Sunday, we're going to help promote it to make sure millions of people watch Saluting Our Culture Awards.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, and Sheila, just so you know, with all the people watching, a lot of our publishers watch, including Bobby Henry down in Florida, the West Side Gazette in Fort Lauderdale, and he says he's digging that Panama brim. She is sure enough wearing it.
That's kind of my signature. Thank you.
And good morning to others. Cheryl Smith out in Texas is watching from the Texas Metro News. Our executive administrator, as we mentioned her earlier, she's watching. Claudette Perry, Annette Phillips, Nicole McDaniel, Joni King. Good morning to everyone. Jamal, you have choreographed the stars. You are receiving an award this week. Give us a little bit, first of all, what the award means to you, and tell us a little bit about some of those you've worked with.
So yes, I will be receiving the Champion for Children Award, and I recently wrote a children's book called Black Boys Dance 2. It was just a book that encourages young Black men and encourages their parents and encourages those around them to support those young men who are interested in the arts and not to allow stigmas and stereotypes to be held over their heads. A lot of times it's hard for young men who want to go into the creative arts because they are afraid of negative stereotypes that might come with it. So just really trying to break that in terms of our culture. So that is really cool that I am receiving this award that is something where I am championing for different children, and I'm fighting for the young men and women who love the arts, who are enjoying what they do, and who just need the support and who really want the love. So that's really amazing to just be recognized for your hard work. And anytime that you're working, it's great to be
Yeah.
recognized. Um, and yeah, so yes, I have worked with some pretty great people. I was one of the choreographers for Beyonce's Coachella performance, The Homecoming, that's on Netflix. I've worked with NERD, choreographer Jordan Sparks, Raphael Sadiq, Faith Evans, Wanda Sykes, Regina Hall, BET Awards. It's so many people, but I'm so fortunate to still continue to work with different artists and do their music videos, and I even get to work with some old school. I love the old school feel, so it's really great. It's been a great journey to be able to just create, choreograph, and even dance with some of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's the name of the book again, Jamal?
The name of the book is Black Boys Dance 2. Darnell Enters a Talent Show.
Gotcha. And it's available still Amazon, other places.
Yes, it's available Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. Also, it's available on my website, jamaljoseph.com. And yes, also Apple Books, so you can get it there as well.
Don't forget Apple. So Sheila, as you put this show together, of course, it's Black Music Appreciation Month too, so it certainly is timely. As you put it together, what were you looking for as you called all the pieces together to just make it really the way Sheila Eldridge, to put your mark on it? What was you looking for?
It's not like any other award show you've seen. So I call it a contemporary award show. It's hosted by Lonnie Love, who is,
Who is
an
watching
amazing.
right now, by the way. Yes, she says, congratulations, Jamal. She says, hey, Sheila, can't wait for everyone to celebrate our culture with us. Thank you, Dr. Chavis, Stacy, and NNPA for the support. Thank you, Lonnie Love. But go ahead, Sheila. I had to let you know she was watching. She's eavesdropping on you.
Lonnie is, I mean, she's been there. We've been doing on this road together with Cafe Mocha, our nationally syndicated radio show, for 10 years. And Lonnie has been there from day one. And then we have Yo Yo, who is, Yo Yo. She's legendary. And then we have Angelique Perrin, who's our broadcast veteran, and along with Saint Auburn, who is a actor from, you might know him from Ain't Too Proud to Beg. We decided that we would bring in a man and kind of to balance it out. So they are hosting the award shows. It's a contemporary show. It's a fun show. It feels good. But most importantly, we are so proud that we're broadcasting from, and we'll be doing it from the National Museum of African American Music. Now, if you've not been to Nashville and if you've not seen this new museum, you must go and see. The body of work of our culture with music is just amazing. It brings you to tears, and they feature all genres of music. So you'll see the backdrop of where we move around the museum as we honor our different honorees with their different categories. And we have all categories. We even have country. We have Jimmy Allen, who a lot of people might not know, who is the first African American young man to receive an AMC award. So, and then we have Louis York, who's doing the tribute to Sly Stone. And then we have Miranda Curtis, who's doing the tribute to Dr. Bobby Jones. So you'll take a journey through our culture, through our music, in a place that is just a building that is about preserving that. So please, if you haven't been to Nashville and been there, check it out.
Yeah, and I'm so happy, and you said it best, that you found Sly Stone. What this is an icon, a true icon, and an exceptional talent. We are looking forward to that. Dr. Chavis, jump on in, Dr. Chavis.
Well, again, I want to thank Sheila for not only lifting up our culture, but keeping the buoyancy, keeping the support alive after all these years. I think this is Black Music Appreciation Month. I can't think of a better way for us to support our culture than to support the Salute the Cultural Awards. And Jamal, I just wanted to ask you, for our viewing audience across the country, I'm also getting text messages and WhatsApp messages from Africa. People are tuning in from Africa and the Caribbean for the show this morning. And I want Jamal just to talk about the importance of dance in our culture and the ability to express ourselves through dance.
Well, yes. So the first thing is dance is important just for your health. I mean, it's a great way to exercise and it's a great way to just keep your blood flowing. But a lot of times our body, it holds on to a lot of the day, the energy, the negativity, and your muscles start to lock in on it. So the more that you move, it just kind of allows you to free yourself. So that's definitely one of the most important things. And I mean, African American culture, I mean, when you look at people like the Nicholas brothers or Catherine Dunham or like, Jude Jamison and Alvin Ailey, like we really brought dance to the forefront. I mean, what would a Broadway show be without dance? What would music videos be or award shows be without dance? Um, and we just represent so many different genres of dance. Even when you get to a lot of Latin cultures and just the influence that the African diaspora period has had on movement is probably one of the most life-changing things. And the way that dance has been able to take over, you see it everywhere. You see it on TikTok, you see it in movies. People watch things like Happy Feet. Those are actual tap dancers behind, Happy Feet. Or when you see the Pixar movies and you see the kids moving, those are actual dancers. So the impact, I feel like we bring the cherry on top to the performance is great, but it's like there's that wow factor to see the singer and you get to see just movement and it allows you to join in and it's very inviting. So I think that that's the most
Right.
important thing that we bring.
Jamal, I say this way: you can take people out of Africa, but you can't take Africa out of the people.
What
And
would cookout be
part of
without dancing?
that's right. That's right. I mean, dance is fundamental. The drum beat is fundamental
Yeah,
to who people of African descent are.
yeah,
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 absolutely. And you mentioned Jamal, the Nicholas brothers. I had the privilege of becoming friends with Harold Nichols before he passed away. Some may know him from the movie Uptown Saturday Night, and
Mhm.
he used to say, "Stace, you want to be healthy? You should dance. You should
yeah.
dance." So it's so funny you mentioned that, Jamal. So Sunday comes and the Black News Channel's lights go on and Sheila says
Yeah.
action, however she says it. How are you preparing yourself to be center stage?
Well, I'm just kind of preparing myself to um, make sure that I am like ready internally to, just for whatever comes. Like I think that everything that happens in your life is God ordained. So I think that it's beautiful that whatever happens for everybody on that night, it's great to celebrate some of the greatest legends, like people I grew up to. And as a dancer, I'm like, man, I've danced to most of these people's music. So it's just gonna be great to be alongside of so many great people who I admire.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sheila, what are you expecting? Again, a lot of work went into it. It's the Sheila Eldridge show, really, the Salute Them Awards. What are you expecting? And look, I heard we had Prince's the late icon Prince's bases on the show, and he talked a little bit about how you kind of knew if somebody was out of line, Prince would give him a look. And we also had Dr. Chavis, the gentleman from the Count Basie Orchestra, who also said the same thing when he's directing. So what's that look, Sheila? Give us the look that you're going to give Jamal if he messes up.
I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about that. I know Mark Jamal's got it. I would just like to say though, it takes a village, and everything that you do in life. I'm the visionary for it, but I have people that have supported and see the vision and have taken that on. And I just thank my team because we have a great team. And I like to thank some corporate partners who've been there for us over the last 10 years as we've developed and grew this. And that's AARP, who I know does a lot of support with Black newspapers,
Yes.
um, Toyota, that supports, corporate partners that were there before it became fashionable, who were there with us as we built along the way. So I really want to thank them. And I have a great team that had just embraced the vision and have brought it to life. So make sure you check out BNC on Sunday night at 10 p.m. because it will be we call it the soundtrack to your life. And that's really what it is. It's the soundtrack of our lives as we take a journey through music.
Now, Sheila, that's 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes.
Right. So that'll be 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Pacific Standard
Yes.
Time, correct.
Jamal is happy about that. He's out west right now. We got him out of bed 4 o'clock this morning. so,
Yeah.
and Sheila, so all of these honorees, when you reach out to individuals, and these are not just, I mean, Jamal, he's very accomplished. Earth, Wind, and Fire. These folks, Ludacris, all of them are so accomplished. And Sly Stone, my gosh, what is the original reaction when you reach out to these individuals?
It's very interesting because a lot of when we honor people, these are not people but don't ordinarily get honored. They're very surprised and they're very humbled. Like June Ambrose is a stylist who has brought glam to hip hop and just a part of what we see. She never thought we would think about honoring her. Like for Jamal, we're honoring Jamal for the work that he does, his choreography, but for the work that he does for children. Once again, people are honored based on how they take their passion and what they do to give back to the
Mhm.
community. And we hope that their stories will inspire other people to follow their passion and support their community. And that's really what it's about. So once we explain to them why we're coming to them and why we've watched them from afar and why we want to honor them, then they accept it. But many are very humbled, and that's, it's very nice, but we have to tell our stories. Our children, our culture, our history, we need that. There has not been enough of that. And that's really what this is about. So
Yeah, and we do have to tell our own story. Obviously, the motto of the Black Press from Freedom's Journal 194 years ago, the founders, Mr. Rushmore and Mr. Cornish, said we wish to plead our own cause because for too long others have spoken for us. So let us take a clip. Let's look at a clip of a preview of the Salute Them Awards.
Cafe Mocha presents the Salute Them Awards, the soundtrack of our lives.
We're celebrating Black Music Month right here in the home of Black music at the amazing new National Museum of African American Music here in Nashville, Tennessee. We're changing the groove.
Sunday, June 6th at 10 p.m. on PNC. For more information, go to salutethemawards.com. Presented by AARP and Toyota.
There you have it. And Lonnie Love is simply amazing. What a great get for you guys. We really appreciate what you're doing, Sheila, Jamal. We appreciate all your great accomplishments. I'm going to throw it to Dr. Chavis for his closing thoughts with you guys.
Well, when we celebrate Black culture, when we celebrate Black music, we celebrate Black dance, we celebrate the whole of humanity. And on behalf of the Black Press of America, thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Jamal. We all will be watching on Sunday, and may God continue to uplift all of our people throughout the diaspora and throughout the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, again, as you heard at the top of the show, the virtual NMPA convention is on and popping. You talk about music. Well, we have the icon. Shaka Khan will be the headliner for our virtual convention, and it's free to register at www.virtualnmpa2021.com. And check out the Salute Them Awards, as you just heard from Sheila and Jamal. It's this Sunday on the Black News Channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Pacific, which Jamal, of course, is very happy about. Thank you so much for joining us. And let it be known, a wise man once said, music produces the kind of pleasure which humans cannot do without. We will see you tomorrow with another special guest.